This is Mom's composter. It's just a smaller one she picked up at the... Sorry, Bella's in the background. She picked up at IFA, little Intermountain Farmer. And that was some cabbage and carrot peeling. And there's just some paper out of her shredder. This has been emptied, so it's nothing in it yet. We'll just keep adding to it. So we get it full and we can use some of the compost. Well, Bella just ran off. She heard some noise. I was just looking at this wheat bran that Mom had, and well, it has wonderful recipes. 9/27/2013 is the date. Bran is what goes bad in grains. That's actually why they say not to store brown rice, is because it goes bad. And I've already got almost 2 quarts of bran that I've been saving from what I grind. So I'm just going to put this in the composter. The recipes are great, so I'll keep them, but no point. Look at that flour, or the fine flour part of the grain that's coming out. Mom has an issue with wasting, and I don't think it's wasting to compost or use things to feed animals. So that's just me, but I'm going to keep the package for the recipes. Wheat bran cranberry quick bread. I might have to try that too, but something to use the bran. Bran is what gives people stomach irritation when they go from having not whole grain to having whole grain. It's also what makes it difficult for breads to rise. It takes extra leavening. You have to add wheat gluten to your whole grain wheat to have it as fluffy as a not whole grain flour. I'm sifting it out because Mom thinks that she's having issues with her stomach due to it. That's why she got the sifters. But I'm still going to use it, just going to make muffins or something because it's healthy for you and never hurts to have something that's healthy and not wasting. I got out a few tools. This is I love this rake. It's the extendable rake. It's probably 30, 40 years old. I have a flat bladed earth mover shovel for that hole, and the snow shovel, which works great as a multi-purpose shovel for picking up stuff like those leaves. I'm going to blow them a little bit, then I'll rake them, then I'll pick them up and put them in the composter. For the record, this is the cheapest Ryobi blower that they make. This one's actually a 1 Plus, but it's the lower CFM. It doesn't work real great, but it does work okay. I was at Home Depot the other day and drooling over the 24 volt. They've got a couple of them now. They used to only have one, but this works for what I need it. I'm going to rake a little bit, but not as much because I did this. think I just said 24 volt for the Ryobi. That's because I'm thinking off-grid power and batteries. And it's actually a 40 volt, the same as the lawnmower that I was looking at. Since I think I said the wrong thing. Not sure, but I think I did. Well, you got it here. And now for the snow shovel. Works for other things than just shoveling snow. For the record, when Mom bought that shovel, it said multi-purpose shovel, not snow shovel. And I use it all the time for leaves. I made a mess over here by the composter, so I'm going to move it and rake underneath it and try to get the rest of these leaves that I around the base into it. Well, I turned the camera off so I'd have a shorter clip, and then I forgot to turn it back on, but I've got this area cleaned up where her husband delegated the composter needs to go. And now I'm going to see about using a shovel to get this hole gone. That was added right here, as well as another one added right there by the shadow. That's why these holes are here. However, the dirt was never put back, and it caused me some serious pain last night when I was trying to get Bella, who wasn't listening, so we could go home. Stepping on that. I guess Mom's husband didn't put a riser on that, so it sits in a hole, which is why there's a hole there. Well, I graded that as well as I could, considering that there's a hole there with a sprinkler in it that I've got to leave uncovered, and the fact that trying to use the shovel two-handed was extremely painful, so I had to do it one-handed. I don't know what the sprinklers were added because the lawn died here, and then the lawn grew moss, and it's not because of the lack of water, it's because of Chinese elm trees that shade the whole side of the house. So it's not the water that was the problem. Although the water, adding water, was what hurt me. So I guess I'll have to flag this or something so I don't step in it again. I'm fixing this walker for my friend that was in the hospital, and this little hummingbird just came to visit. It's up there in the tree still. I'm just going to clean this up and put some wax on it. Somebody gave it to him. It had been outside for over a year. So I'm just going to clean it up, and Mom's husband has some turtle wax I'm going to toss on it. I'm trying to get these screws loose so I can take this bracket off. So I can take this seat off. I'm going to put some tape over it. It's got some holes. But I was using a number 2 Phillips. Didn't fit. Went to get a number 3 Phillips. Ended up with a number 4 Phillips. Went back and got the number 3 Phillips. And I can't hold it and make it work. So I got a number 3 Phillips to use with the drill here. And I'm going to try it with the one on the drill. Table is rocking though. Gonna have to figure out why. The table's still rocking. If I lift the drill, it moves. I managed to get those loose with the torque on the drill, so now I can just finish taking them out with the number 3 Phillips screwdriver. This paint is oxidized really bad. You can see the color coming out in the rag that I'm using to clean it, and I almost have to buff it with the wash rag so that it takes the oxidation off every area, not just get it wet. And I've already done it a couple times, and I've still got areas that I've missed. And it's definitely going to need some wax. What I thought was wax on the shelf was actually this sitting there, the trimmer line. I don't know why I thought it was green, but the shape's right at least, but not the turtle. Hello, Bella. Neighbors are clapping for their dogs or kids or something. Looks like I'm going to have to go find some wax. Guess I'll run to the store. Well, I just told Mom I was going to have to run to the store and get some wax, and she says, no you don't, it's right here. It was in the house, not in the shed. So I'd seen it on a shelf, and it just was not the shelf I thought it was. But we have the wax, so I'm going to start waxing this and then buffing it after. Oh, if I can get, got to figure out the, okay. Maybe I can get this figured out. Got the pad. Gonna start waxing it. Wax on. I'm gonna now take it off before it gets too dried on, and I might end up doing a second coat. I didn't do a clear coat on this, so this is about the only protection that paint's going to get, probably. Well, it looks better, but there's still some areas that need a little more work. I'll get those. This was just the first quick wax. Missed a few spots, got a little bit carried away putting the wax on, but we'll get that. Looks like I'm going to have to adjust this brake here. It's not wanting to go, but it's looking better. Just needs a little bit more work, and I have to take some wax off there. Just takes a little bit of time. As these rags show from the color, this is definitely not new. However, for my friend, it's definitely new to them. This was, I was told when I picked it up from him, left outside for over a year, and so I just helped take some of that off. The seat, the cushion was damaged, and I put a piece of tape on at his house, and I tried to take it off and it tore, so I just I taped over the whole seat. And I also taped over the pad, the back pad, for when you're sitting down. And I just tried to clean it up. I used a toothbrush on this. The brakes need some adjustment. His brother's a mechanic. Maybe he'll do that for him. But not everybody can afford new, and some people need things. And those of us who can do just something simple like washing and waxing walker, new to them walker for them, it does make a difference and people appreciate it, and I'm glad that I can help him. He's been like a brother to me, and he's a great guy, and he needs this, and I'm glad I could make it look just a little bit better for him, and so that he'll be happier with it. All I had to say was want to go see Uncle B, and she was ready to jump in the truck to take this back.